You're listening to the Intuitive Souls Podcast. I am your host, Erica Russo, psychic medium and intuitive development coach. This show is all about giving you the conversations, tools, and wisdom you need to live life the intuitive way. Whether you are waking up, wanting to develop your intuition and connection to spirit, or wanting to live a more magical life, I got you covered. I give you grounded, practical, and insightful content that helps you wake up, level up, and connect with your soul. I'm excited you are here. Let's wake up together.
Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Calling in Support section of Business by Divine. Now, this would not be my coaching program if I didn't at least bring some woo and spiritual stuff into it. So in this section, we are going to go over some of our wonderful allies that are in spirit world that are wanting us to fulfill our destinies and create abundant lives and have profitable businesses, all while sharing our light. And honestly, I have a couple of stories, personal stories that I want to share with you during this section. But first and foremost, before we even dive in, I'm going to talk about some ascended masters as well as archangels that are wanting to help us, that are wanting to be called upon in order for us to shine our light a little bit brighter or call in abundance or be ready to receive the abundance from the universe. But we have to remember, and I know that you guys probably know you have spirit guides. I'm sure you're already super close with them. But sometimes I feel even us as spiritual entrepreneurs and who are spiritually sensitive, sometimes we just need reminders, right? Sometimes we just get so wrapped up in our everyday muggle life that we forget that we are so supported and guided from not only our spiritual guides and our angels and our dream team, but so many other higher beings and just I just love it. And I just want to remind you here that our guides are here to support us and guide us and help us with anything that comes on our path. So always remember that you can always call upon just your basic dream team, what I like to call them, to help you during the process of growing and scaling your business. But in this section, again, we're going to talk about some ascended ascended masters and archangels that are here to help. So the first deity that I want to talk about is Lakshmi. And Lakshmi is all for wealth creation and to feel comfortable and comforted when it comes to money. And she is great for bringing in more prosperity and feeling safe about the future. You know, it's when we are doing readings or you're doing any sort of spiritual readings or healings each month, we really can't it's hard for us to determine what our income is going to be the following month. So it's really important for us to feel safe and protected and divinely guided during those times of uncertainty, especially when I'm recording this right now. This is during the coronavirus pandemic, and I'm sure everyone is dealing with this stress and uncertainty of what is going to happen to our businesses. But when we call in Lakshmi, she gives us that reassuring, unconditional love that we need to feel supported during our journey. So a way that we can call in Lakshmi is just by chanting her name 3 times. You could do it during meditation, or you could do it during your spiritual bath, or whenever you feel like you just need a little bit more support from spirit. And another way that you can call in Lakshmi is by visualizing being bathed in gold. And I am also going to include a spiritual bath recipe that I use when I am working with Lakshmi. It incorporates some really beautiful crystals as well as some herbs that help with prosperity. And it's just, it's one of my favorite things to do. But I want to also tell you a story about Lakshmi, a personal story. So about a year and a half ago, I started really diving deep into learning about deities and goddesses and goddess archetypes. And Lakshmi was one that was very prominent in my studies. And I found learning about her and learning about what she's about and how she can help. I decided to go and buy a statue because I wanted to work with her. I wanted to really heal my relationship with money as well as my self-worth. And so I went ahead and I ordered myself a Lakshmi statue. It was really pretty, and it was a good statue. Like, it was heavy and it was dense and it wasn't, plastic or anything. And I put her on my altar. Now, this whole time she was sitting on my altar, and, I would call upon her and work with her energy. And she stayed on my altar for a good, I want to say, year and 3 months even. And then I decided to, I went on a feng shui kick. I decided to rearrange my whole office and decided to take the Lakshmi statue off and put her somewhere else on a, I want to say like a shelf that I got from Marshall's. And the day that I put her on the shelf, I kid you not, there was nothing rubbing against it or anything. The shelf broke and the statue fell. And one of her hands, because as you can see in this photo, she has 4 hands coming out. One of her hands broke off. And I found the hand and it was no big deal. I said, I'll glue it at a later date. And then I put her back on the shelf. A couple of days later, I was downstairs and my office is upstairs. I hear another kerplunk and I'm like, what is that? So I come back upstairs to my office and I find that Lakshmi fell again, and her whole arm, another arm fell off. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on here? And I decided to put that where the other hand was, and I'll say, okay, I'm gonna, get to that one day and glue this stuff back up. Put her back up on the shelf. And then I came back the day after to do some work, and she fell again. She fell again. She was facing back of me, so I didn't actually see it, but I heard it again. She fell again. And I'm like, what is going on? This time, like, her whole head popped off. I'm like, what is going on? And then I had this feeling. I just had this intuitive knowing that my work with Lakshmi was finished. I healed my relationship with money. I healed my relationship with self-worth and knowing how much, my courses and how much my readings are worth. And it took me a good year to do this work, guys. I mean, it depends on how deep-rooted our money problems or our money beliefs are. But that whole time, her spirit and her energy was with me and helping me learn my worth and healing my relationship with money and allowing me to understand that I'm worthy of abundance. And then once I was ready, and once I was ready to really understand money and the frequency of money and knowing how much I was worth, her job was done. And that was a huge symbol. Her falling 3 times, telling me that, I've learned this lesson. I'm okay to move forward and work with somebody else. And I wanted to share this because sometimes, whether it be if you're pulling angel cards for yourself and you consistently have the same angel popping up or whatever, those are usually indications that those guides, those archangels, whoever the case may be, want to work with you, want to help you grow through something. And when it's time to, when you've learned that lesson, Spirit, the universe is going to send you signs showing you that you have learned that lesson. So I wanted to share that with you because I feel like it's a very good thing to have in the back of your mind, because that's not the only time that, an angel or someone has popped up in my mind or just kind of showed me synchronicities that it's time for me to work with that person or that spirit or that deity, whatever the case may be. And then once you're done and once you learn that lesson or you heal through whatever it is you're going through, the universe is going to give you as many signs as you need, just like me, that you've worked through that and it's time for you to take on the next step. So that's a cool little personal story I wanted to share. So another deity that you can call on is Ganesha. And Ganesha is that cute, chubby little elephant and always joyful, and he is helpful for removing any obstacles. He is also good for blessing ventures with good fortune and miracles. So what happens is when I use Ganesha a lot. I've been working with Ganesha a lot when I am launching programs or launching bundles or whatever the case may be. And I call upon him to help me clear out any obstacles or roadblocks to have a successful launch. So if there is a new project that you're working on or you're launching something or whatever the case may be, calling Ganesha to help you with that. He is very fun and spirited, and he is just very, very joyful. Like when I connect to the energy of Ganesha, I just feel like a kid in a candy store. And what I do is I have a little statue of him on my altar, and I'll rub his tummy. I'll rub his tummy from time to time just to, just for good luck or good fortune or whatever. And that is Ganesha. So an archangel that I want to talk about is Archangel Gabriel. Now, before I dive in, Archangel Gabriel is non-binary. A lot of people believe him or her to be non-binary, meaning that there is no gender. Some people believe Archangel Gabriel to be woman, others believe him to be man. Me personally, the times that I've worked with Archangel Gabriel, he has come to me as a man. So I'm just going to say that to each his own. If you believe Archangel Gabriel to be a female, that's perfectly fine. And it doesn't really, and we have to understand that when archangels come to us, they come to us in a way that's comfortable for us. Okay? They are light beings. So really no light beings have any affiliated gender, but Archangel Gabriel always comes as a male to me. So just want to put that out there. So Archangel Gabriel is all about teaching and communication. Working with Archangel Gabriel is great for teaching opportunities. If you want to maybe do a in-person workshop somewhere, for content inspiration, for connecting with the divine voice, to communicate in your marketing. And he is also bathed in green and golden light. So what you can do, a simple way, something that I do is when I'm creating content and when I'm really trying to be vulnerable and open and share my voice and maybe my struggles, I will just close my eyes before I start typing and envision myself being bathed in green and golden light, and I will just call upon Archangel Gabriel to help me speak my voice in a strong way, but in a loving way. And it's such an easy thing that we can do. And that is how I connect with Archangel Gabriel. There are so many different ways that we can connect with all of these deities and archangels, and I'll talk about that a little later on. So the next archangel is Archangel Chamuel. And Archangel Chamuel is amazing for helping you locate and find what you need. So this is another story I want to say is when I was in the market for finding a business program, like a business program or a coach that can help me grow and scale my business, I called upon Archangel Chamuel. And this was back in 2019. So I called upon him, and within weeks, I started receiving signs that I should be working with someone who has a very good reputation and who is very well known in the industry. And all of a sudden, I just started seeing Marie Forleo pop up on my social media, and there was a podcast episode of her on Soul Sessions, on Oprah Soul Sessions, and I knew who she was. Like, I knew who she was, but I never really followed her. And then come to find out, her coaching program, B School, was opening up within a couple weeks. And I did more research, obviously, and realized how much I adore her, and that she's from New Jersey and I'm from New York. And that was like a big thing for me. And I decided to sign up with her. And honestly, my time at B School, it's like B School is such an asset for me still. And I'm so thankful for it. And I give a lot of credit to Archangel Chamuel, because he was the one that guided me there. And when we work with Archangel Chamuel, this is all about radiating out energy into the universe to bring the right clients for you that you can help and heal. We are not everybody's cup of tea, guys. And that's what I want. And this is a big thing that I hope your time with me and within this program makes you realize. I don't want you to just attract clients just for the sake of attracting clients. I want you to attract your soulmate clients. I want you to attract the clients that you want to work with. And working with Archangel Chamuel will allow you to bring in those clients that are perfect for you, those clients that you would love to work with every single day. And he's also great at finding experts to help with your business. So if you inevitably want to, design your own website, or maybe go and work on SEO, or whatever the case may be, call upon him to help you find the right people. He is also really great at helping find peace during conflicting situations. I know for myself, entrepreneurship is just a crazy freaking experience. I must say, I feel like anyone who ventures into the world of entrepreneurship, you learn like 20 to 200,000 times more lessons than someone who doesn't go in, because it requires a level of patience, a level of dedication that many don't have. So I commend anyone who opens up their own business, but we all know that we will come across conflicting situations from time to time, especially with our business. And when we call upon Archangel Chamuel, he will help us see the bigger picture. Another archangel that I want to talk about is Archangel Raziel, and he is the master of psychic healing and awakening. If you are taking this program, if you are a healer, he is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful asset to have in your journey. And what you can do is you can call on him to improve your psychic gifts and your intuition, to help others with their gifts, and to clear third eyes and allow yourself to allow whatever comes in. I call upon Archangel Raziel before I launch once I have everybody signed up for my Aligned Light coaching program, which is my coaching program for intuitive and mediumship development, I will do a ritual myself to help to call in Archangel Raziel to allow all of my clients to really be okay with opening up to their gifts and improve their psychic gifts and intuition. So if you are someone who does psychic development workshops or whatever the case may be, working with Archangel Raziel is a wonderful experience. Now, another ascended master that I want to talk about is Merlin, and Merlin is all about tapping into your divine wisdom. I love working with Merlin because when you work with Merlin, I feel like it's not about psychic information so much as it is going within, trusting your own intuition, your own connection to source, and learning and accepting that divine wisdom, and not trying to, not using psychic information, but going within. And that's why I love working with Merlin. And he allows you to work your magic to get what you need. He allows you to open your throat chakra and just speak truly, speak from the heart, and just allow you to be the light rather than work your light. And he's also great when you are blessing your cards or doing any sort of spiritual reading, honestly. And Again, he helps you with your intuition and your natural healing gifts. He also is really good when it comes to making wise decisions around money and growth. Because let's be real, those times when, we see that crystal in that Etsy store that we've been wanting, or there's a sale on Zulily, or whatever the case may be, we can get a little crazy with our spending. And when we can take a step back and say, Merlin, do I need this or do I want this? It's a very reassuring kind of like, you don't need it kind of thing, but helping, using Merlin to really just hone in on your own intuition, your own connection is just a wonderful experience. The last deity I want to talk about is Bridget. I'm not sure because I'm trying not to butcher her name, but I've heard people call her Brigid, and I've also heard people call her Bridget. I'm going to go with Bridget. Now, Bridget is a triple goddess, and she is from the Celtic area, and she represents the three aspects of the divine feminine, the three stages of a woman's life, which are the maiden, the mother, and the wise woman, all in one. And she is all about empowering self-expression. And she is great when you are trying to create content or speak your truth. And really, really awesome for birthing new creations. So I don't know if you guys ever had I know I'm supposed to do something. I know I'm supposed to, create this class or do this or do whatever. When you don't know what it is, but you're supposed to do something, call upon Bridget and you will most likely get the answers that you seek very quickly. She's also good at allowing you to manifest new projects and opportunities, whether that be co-creating with somebody else or a speaking engagement or whatever the case may be. So she's great to have on your back burner as well. So those are the Ascended Masters, Archangels, Deities, whatever you want to call them, that are here for us to use them, to allow them to guide us in our crazy experience of entrepreneurship. So again, and here are some ways I should tell you, here are some ways that you can call upon them. There's so many ways that you can, just call upon them. A lot of the times, you can meditate with them, or you can just call upon them when you need that sense of inspiration, when you're sitting there, on your laptop being like, what am I going to write in my Instagram post? And you have no idea. Just take a deep breath and call upon Bridget or call upon Archangel Gabriel and just ask them to send you anything, send you what you're supposed to be talking about, and just allow it to flow through you, And with Merlin, we can get so wrapped up in everything that we're supposed to do and learn about how we're supposed to grow and scale our businesses in that logical way. And a lot of the times we have the answers. We have the answers within us. So call upon Merlin when you need that reassurance that you already have the answer. And those are some ways that you can work with them. I hope this is beneficial to you guys, as beneficial as it has been for me. And I will see you in the next section.